At this hour, we're getting a breaking update because this is coming across as a major setback to the Taliban. Maulvi Fasihuddin, who is a senior Talibani commander and the group's chief of operations in northeastern Afghanistan, has been said to be killed by the Northern Alliance in Panjshir. Fasihuddin, who was a Talibani commander from Badakhshan, where he had a very important role in playing the management of the Taliban insurgency in Badakhshan and the greater northeastern Afghanistan. Now, if he is dead, that is what is being claimed, that is coming across as a major setback to the Talibani forces, and especially by the resistance forces, because what is being said as to more than 1,000 Talibani terrorists have already been killed by them. Let me go across to Aishwarya Kapoor for more on this. Aishwarya, what more do we know?
Amita, one thing which is clear and which is confirmed, that there is an uphill task for these terrorists, for the Taliban to take on the Panjshir Valley. These terrorists have been able to take 33 districts out of 34 in Afghanistan, but this report of a top Taliban commander being killed by the resistance force is a clear indication that the resistance is just not giving up. They are fighting it out. They're fighting at every point. They're fighting at every chamber. They are trying to basically prevent Taliban to take over Panjshir. And as it is known, yes, there are visuals and parallel visuals coming in of Taliban getting hold of the choppers, of the 3-4 choppers which were there, either with Amarullah Saleh or with Ahmad Masood. But then this report, this news info coming in that of a top Taliban commander being killed by the resistance force is clear that they've just not given up. They are taking on Taliban and they're trying to prevent still, even after reports of Taliban being successfully entering Panjshir, they're still trying to prevent their further entry into Panjshir, because we need to understand the whole terrain of Panjshir. After seeing there is one main street, there is one main road, there is one main highway which connects from the entry and exit of Panjshir, and then there are tributaries or rather smaller roads coming out of that main road. So the Taliban has been able to enter that main highway into Panjshir, but then the resistance is trying to take them on, is trying to prevent their further infiltration into Panjshir. And in that, we are being told that the resistance was able to kill down one of the major commanders of Taliban, who was whole and sole responsible of Taliban's infiltration into Panjshir. Amita.
So, Aishwarya, it clearly now gives a better picture of what's been happening, especially in the last 24 hours, because Taliban is coming out with pictures where they are unfurling their flag at the governor's office. They have vandalized the governor's office. They even did a press briefing suggesting that they have taken over all of the 34 provinces, including Panjshir. But the fight still goes on.
Well, absolutely, because that's the reality. Taliban commander being killed is a clear proof of a fact that Panjshir is yet not over. Panjshir has not been handed over to the Taliban, and that the resistance is trying to fight it out till the last moment, till the last second, till the last house of Panjshir. And that is what has been the motto of the resistance as well, despite not getting any support, either from the Russians or from the Americans, leave apart the Turks and then the other. The Northern Resistance has been taking on the Taliban, and they were successfully defeating them. It is only and only after the Pakistani army and the Pakistani Air Force getting into the matter, and when you have a whole country coming in and fighting just one district, this was inevitable. But then the fight is on. The Northern Resistance know their compound better than anyone else, and that's why you see they are able to still prevent the entry of Taliban into the interiors of Panjshir. Yes, the Taliban claims that they have been able to enter Panjshir, but according to the resistance, Amita, they still claim that they have been able to contain Taliban till the very entry point of Panjshir. Taliban has yet not been able to enter into the interiors. Yes, the visuals of the governor's office, visuals of the helipad where you see 3 or 4 choppers landed, and those choppers are claimed to be that of Amarullah Saleh and then Ahmad Masood himself, have been taken over by Taliban. Taliban has done a press conference, which you indicated, but simultaneously parallel visuals are coming from Northern Resistance as well, which claim that yes, Taliban has entered, but has only entered around 10 to 20 kilometers, and they've been able to contain them there. They have not allowed them to move any further. But after the Pakistani Air Force coming into the play, the game has changed, and it has changed in favor of Taliban. The ISI chief was there, though there were reports that the ISI chief has entered Afghanistan without the consent of the Pak Army chief, but that is something which the Pakistani so-called Prime Minister Imran Khan should be wary of. But what is happening in Panjshir is that the resistance is still giving Taliban a fight at every corner. Amita.
Because this is something, as you mentioned, Aishwarya, the role of Pakistan, it is not being denied anymore. In fact, there is a clear-cut invasion, and how the Pakistani army has been on a rent to the Talibani terrorists there as they are now fighting against the resistant forces. But this is something to be noted as far as Iran is also concerned, because a statement that came out from Iran saying that the Panjshir incident is condemnable, the killings that happened, and it has warned the Taliban on many of those treaties. Pakistan stands cornered as of now. We continue to put out more information on that, but this is coming across as a big setback to Taliban, as a top Talibani commander has now been killed by the resistance forces.